I got a very important announcement. Sheldon says he's not coming on the stream unless Irina is in the house. So Irina, if you're in the house, please let us know. Otherwise, Sheldon refuses to start the stream. Refuses. Fred, Sheldon won't come on until Irina comes on. She here. All right, Sheldon. Apparently Irina's here, so I'm going to bring you into the stream. Welcome back, brother.
What's up?
Sheldon, you cannot tell me that this is going according to plan. You just simply cannot tell me that this is going according to plan.
Yeah, it's actually quite weird how we're not getting this bullish momentum behind us at the moment. It's showing us that it's, I don't know, we remember what I said 2-3 days ago, that if we don't start making this bullish progress, for us to come down to these zones again are very, I don't know, the chances are much higher. So for us to understand now that, we got a plan, we sort of tracking the momentum of where we need to get with Bitcoin. But we now know that yesterday was the push that we needed to get to at least that 43,000 level zone. And when we didn't make the high, you can see how all of a sudden we then start making our way down. And I had a low here, which I didn't want us to really get below. Remember, we basically had the 2 bar zones, and they're still valid from a week ago, the same bar zones, that the one was between 31,000 and 33,000, another one is 35,000 and 37,000. So we wanted to get the nice farming opportunity. Only thing is we didn't get to the ranges that we want. But if you have a look, is the same pattern is playing out. It's just now playing at an angled sort of version. And, we just got to now track it as we go. So I think I got some really cool new strategies for us to take forward. Remember that we have not been predicting the market. We haven't been saying it's a bull market or bear market. We're sort of trading it as we go. And now we've got a new strategy to take us over the weekend. And from Monday, we continue. So I'm happy. I'm good. A lot of people should be 50% in cash at the moment because that's where the stop losses were. And yeah, let's get going.
Okay, so before we get on with the show, so first of all, if you're new to our channel, welcome. I'm Crypto Man Run. I'm more about the fundamentals, and next to me is the sniper. He is all about, well, he's the sniper. The guy never misses a shot. If you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is a combination of technicals, fundamentals, and Tinder. So we have a crypto show on the show, and we have Tinder going on in the comments. We also, guys, we should be proud. We've just hit 300,000 subscribers. We have 300,000 subscribers, guys. So Sheldon, well done. Freddie, my man, well done, well done, well done to all of us. Well done to the community for making this community be the fastest growing community out there. 300,000 subscribers. If you're not part of our community, smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, because you can win the Banter bags, and when we get to 500,000 subscribers, we will give away the Banter bags. The last Banter bags at its peak was at around $700,000, and we're starting to invest in this Banter bag. We've already got you guys Jira wallet. At one point, that Jira wallet allocation was worth like $150,000. Yeah, $150,000. So you get that. The other reason why I want you guys to join our stream is because we are bringing you free sniper school. So yes, free sniper school. The only place that you can get free sniper school is on the Instagram, and the Instagram is here in the link. So go to the links on the Instagram, join the Instagram group, and you can get free sniper school. Then we also have something very, very, very cool that I wanted to show you guys. Yesterday I tweeted, and I'm quickly going to find the tweet for you guys. Okay, Irina, you are selected to join the 1-hour trading lesson with Sheldon on Monday. Okay, so I tweeted this yesterday. Fred has absolutely prostituted my Twitter account. Look how many tiles of Sheldon he puts on my Twitter account. Like one tile of Sheldon is enough. Okay, so on my Twitter, I tweeted, I did tweet this, I remember tweeting this. Fred, you've killed my Twitter. Fred plays on my Twitter account, as you can see. So I said yesterday on Twitter, I said, 20 people will get a private trading class with Sheldon on Monday. So all you need to do is you need to follow Crypto Man Ran, you need to follow Sheldon, you need to follow Fred, producer Fred's head, and then you need to follow Crypto Banter. And when you do that, you qualify. I selected like 9 winners yesterday. I think we should select a few winners right now, live on the show. So if you're not on Twitter, if you're not following me, Sheldon, Crypto Banter, and Fred, you can't win. And let's just look for some cool shit. All right, Pedro, daily dose of Crypto Banter is my breakfast and lunch. Already injured my wrist, smashing the like button and practicing Sheldon strategy. It will be worth it. So this man is a winner. And that means that you spend an hour with Sheldon on Monday, this coming Monday, 1 hour. Sheldon and Irina are going to host it live. Yeah, but Fred says they may need a couple of hours. Wow, okay. We need to find, let's select more winners. We should select more winners. Okay, while Sheldon's talking charts, I'll look for some very cool winners. But what you need to do to get that 1 hour free session with Sheldon, you just need to go to our Twitter, follow me, follow Sheldon, follow Crypto Banter, follow Irina. If you don't follow Irina, I don't even know if she has a Twitter. Okay, then let's get down to the most important business of the day. First of all, I need to see how many people like the stream, because otherwise we just have to, if there's less than 50% of the people in the stream that like the stream, we must terminate the show. What do you say, Fred? Agreed? How many views are there? There's 13,000 views. That means if there's not 6,500 likes, we must just end the show. End it, come back tomorrow. What do you say, Sheldon?
I agree.
Hey, guys. Go easy on Sheldon. Go easy on Sheldon today. Because Sheldon went on a date last night. Sheldon, how was your date? You look very tired. Did the date turn into a nap over?
No.
No. Okay. Was it a first date?
Yeah.
And how was it?
Not too bad. I just came home to a pull down market, so I suppose it could have been better. Okay. It was good. So you got a good entry point, basically. Yeah, and stop loss and take profits. Yeah.
Okay, so you know, after the second date, if it doesn't work, let the stop loss work. Also, don't.
I'm gonna take it to entry. Yeah.
Yeah, and then ladder in. Don't you got to ladder in. You got to ladder in, bro. Just ladder in. Don't go all in at once. All right, let's go. Because we're sitting here talking about Sheldon's love life, and in the meantime, this head and shoulders is becoming more like a head, and then another head, and then another head.
No, well, I'm not sure why that is being said. Firstly, we knew a right shoulder was coming. It was about where was the high. We've been talking about this right shoulder for the whole week. The only thing is we just didn't get the high that we wanted. But the right shoulder is playing out. We've been saying this for the whole week that a right shoulder is still going to come in the market. And it was same with all the coins, with Ethereum, with all of them. We knew that we can still see it very clearly. It was just about where was that high. Where was the high point until we were going to start? This was really the area that I wanted to try to catch perfectly for the farming zone. And, we just didn't get, I don't know why the bullish momentum, the news is there. We are just not getting that strong push upwards. And when it comes to downtime, all of a sudden it's easy to go down. And the market's sort of playing in this way. So we knew this was coming. And remember, the whole reason for this was just to farm. We know that for bigger picture and where we're sitting, what we're chasing for the bigger picture view is the pull to that zone. We know that that's the next push to take us up, and that's what I see in this next 2 weeks. Nothing has changed in that zone. It was about where do we make some more coins before we go up, so that we can turn a lot of the losses from the dump into profits. We already had that farming opportunity, and this was the big one that I was looking for. So this isn't a scare to see that we are getting the right shoulder. It's the same shoulder we've been talking about the whole week. The only difference was the high that we needed to get. And I think I know why, because every single TA guy that I saw out there was all of a sudden calling 42,000. And that's when the whole world is saying 42,000, then it doesn't go to 42,000.
You shared your chart on TradingView. Now every single TA in the world basically makes it his chart. They're all using your chart and saying, this is my chart.
Yeah. I'm not going to assume anything. It was just very weird for me to see that all of a sudden it was the same target and all of these guys. And when the whole world's saying that, I'm not surprised that it didn't hit that zone. And that's fine. At the end of the day, it was just a farming zone. It's got nothing. Remember what we've been trading the whole week. 15 minutes, 1 hour. That's what we've been trading. Small time frames. Remember big picture, guys. We've had this huge acceleration down. We've got massive imbalance in the zone. This is still the area I see Bitcoin going through in the next 2-3 weeks. It was just about let's learn in this stage. And I've been putting it out on my Twitter this morning is we can't learn in this stage because it's very, very difficult. The market just keeps dropping. And we can't learn in this stage where everything is just pumping and going galore because you just got to hold your coin and making money is damn easy. Where do we learn and become badass traders is when we're in this zone. where we can actually trade. So it's more active trading, and you may not see the gains now, or maybe losing little bits at time. That is what this range is going to create. Remember that they are going to create these random little push downs in the market, scare and buy your coins from you. Who's buying here? We have had big news, Rand. I want you to add in here if you don't mind. We've had the big news with Apple. We've had a big news with Michael Saylor, with Elon Musk, all of them. On these zones over here, who's buying? Now, all of a sudden, the big guys have all the news that's coming, but the market's not reacting to that. Why? Well, why is the market not pumping straight away? Who do you think is buying in these zones? Your opinion?
If anyone's buying, this is when all the big players are buying. But Freddie, do me a favor. There's that 2-minute video that I sent you yesterday on your WhatsApp. The one about buying the dip, buying the dip, buying the dip. We're going to upload that video for you guys. I want people to watch this. The reason why I say that is because we can look at the charts and we can say buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, etc. But the truth is we also have to protect ourselves in case there is another downtrend here, or we're going into a downtrend here. I don't believe that we are. I don't believe that we are. I really don't believe that we are. But there is a possibility. There is a possibility that we are. Be careful. I mean, I'm buying the dip, but I'm buying the dip very, very, very responsibly. I'm using the dip also as a time to swap from one token to another token. So, some tokens go down more than other tokens, and it gives me an opportunity to switch from one token that I've wanted to another token. But I'm very, very, very cautious now, because this could last another month. It could last another 2 months. We could go down to, if that 31, 32 is breached, then I want you to watch this. It's a little bit long. It's about 2 minutes, but very, very, very worth a watch. So I want you guys to watch this. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but worth watching.
Let's see if I made some money. The price went down pretty bad overnight. It is not a dip, it is a sale. It feels good to buy the dip, but let's get back up again now. It's just a bigger sale. I should use this opportunity and buy the dip again. Alright, I bought an even lower. I'm such a lucky guy. I should have waited. Why can't I control myself? Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. This is some great dollar cost averaging. I should stop spending money for now. The price is so low now, a chance like this might not occur again for months. Don't do it, you are already out of money. Bullshit, you still have $2,000 in your life savings account which you can use. That money is for emergency situations, you can't just use that for crypto. You will turn that 2,000 into 5,000 easily with the current dip. It's way too dangerous and you might risk becoming broke. Don't be a baby and give it a try, you'll be rich as soon as the price goes up. I'm not a baby, I'm gonna do it.
Did he buy the dip?
Yes, he bought it.
Finish him.
I found that a very, very, very cute video. Reality guy.
It's brilliant.
Don't be that guy. We're gonna reality check. I'm not saying we're going into a bear market, but I'm saying that it's not impossible. And if it's not impossible, guys, I think follow the strategy. Those of you who followed Sheldon's coin panel strategy, you would have been out of the market by how much? 50%. You would have been out of the market. You wouldn't be in on the market, right?
Yeah, you would have been stopped out this morning on 50%. I think now, so this is the best way now to start explaining and start to understand where we're sitting. Rand, you're saying you don't know. You don't know if we're bullish, you don't know if you're bearish, right? Who knows right now?
No one knows, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I have a strategy. You taught me a very good strategy. Here's my strategy. Instead of buying the dip, I'm going to wait for the break of trend. So I'm out. I'm sitting out of the market. I don't want to make money on these ups and downs. I don't care about the 8%, 2%, 8%, 7%. I don't care about the farming opportunity for now, personally. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for a break of trend. And I may lose 5% on the upside or 7% on the upside, but I'm going to get into a market that's much safer. So I'm going to buy the break of trend or buy the retest of the break of trend versus farming for the opportunity, right? Why? Because if I start buying this thing down, I'm not disciplined enough to put the stop loss in because I'm not trading every day. And I probably should be putting the coin panel in.
100%. Awesome. So perfectly saying like that. So you're waiting for a break of trend or break of momentum and you're out in the market now. You know, that's a very good way to be handling the market now. And to understand that this is where the key different strategies come in. All matters on your situation and how you trade in this market. My personal advice right now is we need a strong bounce for the big correction that we have made to the downward side, right? But we also know that there could be, if we drop the $30,000 zone, there can be more downside. So I'm calling this a 50-50 market, which means exactly that. It means exactly that I'm leaving 50% in the coins and the other 50% I am trading with the stop loss, and I'm making sure that if I'm getting stopped out, I'm buying back lower at the I'm sort of treating the market in both ways at the moment. And that's exactly what I said last night. Even though now Bitcoin is 36,200 and we got stopped out at 36, that doesn't matter. Remember, you still got 50% of your coins that are in. So if it bounces back up now and we bounce up to 38 or to 40, anywhere in that zone, we get another small dip, then we'll buy the other remaining 50% on the break of that trend that you were speaking about and on a confirmation buy. So instead of us selling everything out now, let's plan for both. Now, the different scenario now is if you got stopped out at 36,000, you're still $50,000 in on the market, or 50% in on the market right now. Now, Bitcoin falls to 31,000, slows down, and we start breaking trend to the upward side. Now, you got that other 50% of cash to go counter and go buy another 15, 20% more Bitcoin. So the best way to start looking at this now, remember, guys, I need these candles to print for me to bring you data every day. Every 2-3 days, the plan's going to change at times. This is what we got to do. We need data in the market to know what is going to happen next. And we still know the bigger picture of where we're sitting with this inverse head and shoulders. This is a bullish pattern that's playing out. It is. We have the higher low at that zone, and we know that that's a clear.
Well, I must say, I think that a lot of this depends on where Bitcoin bounces off now. If Bitcoin goes below the 30, 31, 32, where the head is, then that's another lower low. That's not a higher low.
Well, here's the lows here. So we got the main low there. We got the second low there.
Yes.
If we bounce, that's the third low that we have to bounce. That is key support. We cannot drop that zone.
If we do 22, 26.
Yeah. Yeah. 27, 25, 22. There's a lot of zones that will make our way down. Definitely. So that's why we're in 50% cash right now. We are in 50% waiting for the zone. And you know what's nice with this? That if we do make our way down and we actually collapse this. So let's say we come down, we collapse it, we will come and test. And that will be our signal for the other 50% to be getting out so that we can buy the next zone. That's the main thing. But at least now in the zone, we are sitting with 50% cash right now. And that's the first option I wouldn't say the first, but one of the options that could happen is we collapse. Then we'll know, signal out. Or from here now, this is the bounce. From where we are now, this is the bounce, pull back. We buy other 50% back in, but at least we got break a trend. And on the break, because this is a clear flag, we can see it very clear. Now, this is very simple. Drawing this flag in play, we break the top, we're bullish, we go into the 48. So we break that top trend line over there, we go to 48. We break the bottom trend line, we make our way down to between $20,000 and $25,000. That's our two. We are actually able now to squeeze this trade into a direction that's going to give us the clear indication on the direction that we're moving, just by putting these two. So you can see that we couldn't have this line earlier on the week because we never had this high. So we couldn't have a trend line. But now that we have that high, we know that this is a flag that's forming. But there's a difference. Yes, to the flag rule book, this is a bearish flag because we've just come off of a very strong move. We've now made it down. And from this, it usually means a breakdown for the next leg down. But there's always two options. And the second option is if we break the top one, this turns into an upside down BART.
What would make this a bearish flag, not a bullish flag? Because it's a...
We dropped that support.
You dropped the support.
We dropped that support. It's a bearish flag, which means we got another impulse wave coming. And if we look at a little example of where we can, let me just clear up here a little bit. I'll draw back. There we go. It's by taking the Fibonacci tool. There we go. Trend line Fib. There we go. So from 1 to 2 to 3 gives us our 618. So you can see it hit this. Oh, how's that Fibonacci tool? It's insane how accurate this tool can be. And if we have a look at this one, from there to there, where we can get, so we can see, this is the one where Lee, remember Fibonacci Lee was saying that we can hit down to these levels. So the fact that we didn't get past the 382 is already a warning sort of sign. But for the reverse, just a normal, what I call it, retrace to a strong impulse move like us will take us up to the 618 or the 786. So we can see at this zone over here, this is the key zone, the bullish scenario, and obviously the bearish scenario takes us way, way, way down to those zones. But end of the day, we're not looking at that zone. We're saying, what's the strategy? How are we going to trade this damn market? What's the next move? And what are we looking at for Bitcoin? What do we need it to do to know we're bullish? And what do we need it to do over the weekend to know we're bearish? So obviously the first scenario is we know that we love buying on supports. So now that we dropped that zone, I didn't want us to drop that zone that we dropped today. I wanted us to keep this low. You could see there, higher low, higher low. So right now we are trending down. It's very, very clear that Bitcoin is trending down. Now, when we are trending down, I love buying on supports. So now that we've dropped that zone, I've now put a new buying zone out for us to say that we're going to make it between 32,000 to 34,500 is my new top up area that I'm going to start laddering in some of the amounts that I've got stopped at the $36,000 region, which means I am farming a good 8%. It will be a lot more for obviously the alts. And then obviously if we collapse this line, so I know clearly that if we make our way down, we are buying in this zone and I know stop loss is there. Very simple, or stop loss under that low, which we will get to. But the main thing now is 50-50 rule. This is the new strategy we're using, the new way that we're going to start playing it with is 50% we are leaving in. Make sure that you have your right books, your right coins, the shopping list. Make sure you got those right ones set up. I'm actually going to go through them now for you guys to see where are these entries. We know where Bitcoin's entries now. Where are the other coins entries? Make sure that's set up. And I'm keeping 50% in my coins and I'm keeping 50% on a stop loss. So every time I'm buying and selling, and every time I'm buying and selling, I'm putting a stop loss in play for any farming opportunity or any major dump, because the problem is we drop that support. We are accelerating very, very quickly down, as quick as we've accelerated before at these levels over here. And then of a support line like that is exactly what happens. You break out there, acceleration starts, and then we start hitting this massive move, and that's the same thing can happen down. So we're still in that unknown territory, but we did know that after this big drop in the market, we are going to attend a farming stage. We know that now. We can see it clear in the market. We knew this wasn't going to be an easy stage. I like to call this the learning stage. Where else were you going to learn in the market? I know you may be struggling now. It may be a tough market to trade, but you're damn learning a crap ton as a trader. I know, I can see it from all the messages. I can see it from all the comments. People are learning a lot. So when this market turns, and at any point we start the bullish segment, you have so many skills that are going to help you for the next run that takes to the upward side. So right now the 50-50 ran, and I think you're saying you're waiting a bit. So you're saying you're out of the market now and waiting for a bit. So well, what's your fundamental feeling on the market?
So I think let's be clear. I hold a HODL portfolio which makes up the majority of my money. We say a HODL portfolio which is made up of 3 parts: HODL, 10x gems, and 100x gems. I've said that before. I never touch that portfolio. I mean, I touch it when I swap from one token to another token, or when I go from cash into tokens. But what I'm not doing is I'm not actively trading in and out. That's why we've got you, because you are the in and out guy. I buy and I hold these things fundamentally. I use this data to help me into entries and exits. So for example, I want to buy certain tokens. I have a couple of tokens which are on my radar. For example, Matic. I want to buy Matic. I need to know whether it's a good time to get into Matic or not. That's how I use this tool. So I think there's 2 types of people who we're dealing with here. There is the kind of trader who's here to sit in front of his monitor every single day, in and out, or use the coin panel tool to be trading and making scalping profits. I don't do that. One, from a tax point of view, it doesn't work for me, because every time I trade in and out, it's a taxable event. and we're going to get taxed. B, because I just don't have the time because I'm making content all day long to keep other people informed. So me, I look for the longer fundamental plays, and then I use your charts to tell me when to get in and out of those fundamental plays. But to be honest, even if Bitcoin went back to 12,000, I'm not selling it. I couldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm holding. It can go down to 12.6. I'm holding. You know, I'm not here to try and time the market. That's not where my skill is. My skill is much more to identify the longer term holds, the undervalued, fundamentally very strong alts.
Exactly. And I think the only difference we have in this stage now is obviously I know a lot of people entered in this part of the market. And this is where something you're going to come in and you're going to sort of be scared of this market, and it's going to really put you off in the beginning. But to trade this thing, remember that when we went into this little stage that we did, I told you guys this week, I'm going to trade this with you so that you can learn the skills. You know, back to next week, we're jumping back to the 4-hour and daily charts, and we're only doing 1 or 2 trades every 3 days. That's what's going to happen from next week when the market starts to trend again. But in this choppy stage is where I can teach you a lot. I can teach you what happens and how to run it. And then you jump to the higher time frames and it becomes very simple. If you trade this little strategy on a higher time frame, it actually means you won't buy Bitcoin for a while, because you will wait. If you jump to the daily, you will literally wait for this to play out until you get some sort of break. Then you'll only be buying, which means you'll only be buying in the middle of July, in the next month, as a big sort of swing trader. And I think that's what our goal here as well, Rand, is to sort of help every single different trader. I know some guys are going to want to trade quick. Some guys just want to know, should I hold for the next month, 2 months, and that sort of level. And that's the sort of scenario I want to place down now. Bitcoin for the next month, I see us trailing up to that zone. The only alarm bell we have is the low. So we shouldn't go below that. So for bigger guys that want to be holding this for a longer time and holding this for the swings, you know, this is the move that takes us to the 48,000. And I've seen now a lot of TA guys are saying the exact same thing as well, that we're looking at those sort of levels. So we'll track it and see that those levels is the zones with the support as we start making our way. But the main thing is, if you want to just hold a portion for the month, we're looking at good growth just from this big wave we made down. We know we can't just keep going in one line. It's the same way to the upward side. We can't just keep going up, can't just keep going up. Same thing downwards. We can't just keep going without a small, decent retracement, and then we can look at the bigger next levels down. So for the bigger guys holding that, it's a good time to be holding for the next month to get Bitcoin up. And for those who want to practice to be a trader, the only reason I'm advising it is to even take 2% of your portfolio in practice, leave the rest in longer term holds. That doesn't matter. Is that you're going to learn in this stage. You're going to learn so much over here. This is going to teach you what a year of trading is going to teach you in this little stage here. You are going to learn a lot. And it's very important, and it's very important for people to understand why they take trades and how to protect themselves.
Zoom out. Zoom this chart out. Show me the last week. Just the last week.
High time.
Okay.
Mind all my drawings. Yep.
Okay, so look, everyone's panicking because we're back at 36,000. We've been lower than 36,000 a few times this week. The price is not going down on high volume. Look at the volume. Look at the volume on your chart over there. It's baby volume. Okay. Remember, it's Friday today. There's options closeouts on Fridays. There's going to be price manipulation on the Friday. On the Fridays, we know this. Every single Friday, it's exactly the same thing. As Matteo says, history repeats itself every single Friday. Chill. Everyone stop panicking. We're not
relax.
We're not panicking. No one's negative here. All we're saying is, and this is, I think, something very, very important. Don't try to convince yourself that we're in a bull market because that is what you want to believe. Wait for the trading signals on the chart. What Sheldon said to you guys yesterday, what he said to me yesterday, what he said to all of us yesterday, he said, we are not calling this market bullish or bearish. We're unsure at the moment. We're waiting for confirmation one way or the other. Prepare for the worst. Expect the best. Prepare for the worst. If you want to have some cash holdings, have some cash holdings. Make sure that you're not over leveraged. Why? Because as Sheldon says, there's a 50% chance that this market's going down. And guys, I've lived through a bear market. And I told you this yesterday. I lived in a bear market. And I was a bull in a bear market. It was the most painful period of my life because I did what that video did. I bought. until I couldn't buy any more crypto. And then the market carried on going down and down and down and down and down. And I didn't smile for about 2.5 years. And then I only smiled again when the golden cross happened, because then I knew everything was out there. Sheldon, someone tweeted and said that this golden cross has happened. Like, is it possible that all the moving averages have actually crossed already? It just sounds too early for all the moving averages to have crossed.
Yeah, you got weekly, you got daily, so it all matters on what sort of time frame they're looking at. So I can pull up see where the 50 is. All depending, do you know which moving averages they're using? Sorry, I'm not a moving averages. I know them very well, but I'm not a moving average trader.
I think they're using the 50-day, the 20-day, and I mean, I don't know what they use. It's the golden cross, the death cross. Fred, just Google death. Tell us what's the death.
It might be, that was a while ago. It might be the 200 MA. I think it's the 200. The 200 MA. When we have the 20 or the 50 cross the 200, that's where the big sort of deadly cross. The only reason I don't like moving averages, they're so lagged, they're so far behind. And it sort of gives me information way too late. Because remember, guys, very simple. The little tool with the moving averages, if you're trading with moving averages. If the candles go below these moving averages lines, it means you're going to get the cross. So this was already your warning signal that when we started pulling out there, that we were going to cross at the later stage. It's the same thing that if we start trailing upwards now, see, there's that big cross we're talking about. We're not there just yet in the daily. But same with this now. If the trend starts going up and we get above the 20, you will see that this 20 will start to turn. When we get above the 50, you'll see everything will start to turn, and that's when we get the cross. I don't need to wait for it to cross. I can already see if we're above the line. Yeah.
What has crossed? The 50's crossed. What's crossed?
The 20 and the 50. So that's a normal basic cross to understand. So the only way you can see the 20 is showing us there as well. The 20 is showing us that the 51,000. It's the same. You can see it's right in my zone there. So even though I don't use moving averages, it automatically, you can see how all of these different strategies are all tying up to the same sort of areas. That's a reversal for Bitcoin. If we can make our way up, get above that, we will then have that turn. We'll have that turn, and we'll get the big cross to say that we are moving upwards again. Right now, I don't see a cross, right? I don't see any major cross, maybe on an 8-hour or something. No, we crossed a long time ago. I don't see it.
I don't think it's anything to be alarmed about at all. I must say, I really, really, really don't think it's anything to be alarmed about. I think it's just normal Friday shenanigans. All I'm saying is we got to be careful. We got to be careful that people don't get carried away and keep convincing themselves that everything's in. If you want to play it safe, like I'm playing it safe, my safe strategy is wait for a reverse of trend before you ape in. And if you are too exposed to the market, make sure you're not too exposed to the market.
Stop loss.
Using the stop losses. Then the other bit of advice that I can give you is that if you want, you can get cheap ramen on Amazon. So just Google cheap ramen. You'll find there's options for $2, $3. That should feed a family of 3 or 4. Quite easy.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, bread, milk, all the basics can go a long way.
I need to understand thing. You guys, yesterday, so Sheldon goes on one date and all the love talk in the chat goes, I mean, it's been like a boring day in terms of the chat. Fred, what's going on, bro? Yeah, guys, we also need prayers and thoughts and energy, the best energy in the world for Fred's mom and Fred's dad. Fred's dad's back on oxygen. Fred's mom's very sick again. We need all of you like rally together, do what you do, pray to whoever you pray to, just send positive vibes. We need this chapter of our lives to end already. We need this chapter of our lives to be gone. We hate this chapter of our lives.
Yeah, I wish the best. I really, really wish the best. Awesome. I think let's close off with some entries here, and let's see what's happening in the market time where we're sitting. So
my best entry, I think this Kang Shifu braised beef noodle. That's a good entry.
I think put a limit order in for 31. I think you'll get it, right?
You can get a pack of 5 for $10. I think that's. I mean, you got a ladder into that.
Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, awesome. So we know that the main thing. Now, obviously, this little concern of the 200 MAs, we are having it as resistance. So right now, we're not bullish, guys. We're not saying it's a bull market. We're just trading as we is. So my next goal is for Bitcoin to make it to $32,000 to $34,000. That is my next sort of buy-in zone where I got stopped at, where I'm laddering in a bit more of my buys. Okay. Now, from that zone, I know I have a support. So at any point we do come down and we start buying in and we collapse it, we are going to have a retest where we're going to be able to get out exactly where we entered, which means then we free up some dollars again, we're going to lower targets. So that's the first one. Now looking at the next ones, ETH is a big one. We need to start looking at focus. Let me get rid of these damn moving averages. There we go. Okay. So where I'm starting to see with ETH now is that was the first zone that I put in with Bitcoin, which means we have a second zone as well with ETH that's going to take us to these support zones over here. A little bit lower. There we go, in that zone there. So ETH now, the big difference that I can see now is if we have a look at dominance, dominance is trailing, but it's not really super accelerating. If I jump to higher time frames here, we're starting to create that shoulder. So remember, Rand, yes, the target wasn't as high as we wanted yesterday, but everything is still shaping the exact way that we've been talking about it. That there was a dump coming. And when the dump was coming, the dominance was going to go up again. We were going to create this right shoulder. But then we know that when we finally get the bottom in the market, we know where the money is going to go. And the alts are going to shoot out the gates very quickly. So the dominance is still showing us that we are still clear with the alts, that when the market is bullish, the alts are going to rally. And when the market's bearish, the alts are going to bleed. So knowing that the range is obviously bigger with the coins, it's a good understanding to say that, you know, we're still trading Bitcoin. We buy Bitcoin, we buy the alts when we sell Bitcoin. Same strategy, guys. Same thing. So with Ethereum, what I'm looking at now is I'm looking to add in again between $2,100 to $2,250 is a good buy-in zone for Ethereum. Definitely. Just remember that nothing can just go in a damn straight line. We need for all of this work at least a decent retracement, and then we will know we are going to go down to the next level. Same thing with Bitcoin. So just looking at these percentages where we can get back in the market is a good 50% up that can come from Ethereum before the next leg down. We know the danger zones and we know that there is a possible downside and we're aware of that. But let's also plan for the good side. Let's also plan for the positive jump so that if the market bounces or Elon does a tweet or something happens in the damn market, we are ready. We're ready to go. Why are you laughing there, Rand?
One of the comments says, if you're praying, end your prayers with ramen instead of amen.
Brilliant. Okay, guys. So same thing here. So obviously we know the lows that we had with Ethereum. We don't want to go below that. If we have a look at the picture, nothing has changed. Everything looks the damn same. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder push. We knew this was coming. So we mustn't be surprised to see that this right shoulder was happening. Same with DOT. There's a beautiful trend. Rand, there's a trend for you. Exactly there's your trend. You buy that trend, exactly that. So we can see here, this is an angled head, right, shoots out over there. So same thing with DOT. Anywhere DOT's $17 to $19. Great ladder in zones for DOT. That's looking good. Cardano, anywhere between 1.3 to 1.4 is a really good top up. Cardano is jumping out a lot quicker than the rest. So we know that Cardano is going to be one that's going to shoot out very quickly when we have a little strong bullish momentum from Bitcoin. We can see how beautiful this right shoulder is forming for us for a strong push. So this one is looking really good.
I must caution you guys now. We're going to enter a phase now where the alts are going to be extremely sensitive to what Bitcoin is doing. Like ridiculously, extremely sensitive to what Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin's going to go up 5%, alts are going to go up 35%. Bitcoin's going to go down 5%, alts are going to go down 35%. Be careful if you're playing with alts now, because when you get these periods of volatility, alts are like a spring. They go all the way up and they come all the way down. Be very careful now. This is not a time, if you don't have a lot of money, be careful. Playing alts now is like playing with leverage. It's like playing with leverage. I would be, look, we are buying good alts and we are holding.
My opinion is to buy and hold. That's the best. Instead of trying to trade the damn alts, to buy and hold them good entries and hold them out. I agree with you, and that's why I've been focusing so much on Bitcoin and mainly Bitcoin. What's your advice to that, Rand? If you had to say your percentage to Bitcoin to alts right now,
well,
what would be?
Don't touch my portfolio. So it's obviously fluctuating because naturally it's fluctuating, right? So I think in my HODL portfolio, which makes up about 50% of my portfolio, about 35 to 40% of that portfolio is Bitcoin. Okay. But for me, Bitcoin and Ethereum kind of like the same thing in terms of risk profile. So yeah, all I'm saying is now, this is not if you're not an experienced trader, if you are an experienced trader, you can have the time of your life. Short, long, short, long, short, long. If you're not an experienced trader, be careful of the alts now. You can see Matic. Matic went up to like 250. Now it's back down at 170. And then went to like 110. And then it's going to go back up to 250. I would say, if you're going to buy any alts now, buy good quality alts. And I'll explain to you why I say buy only good quality alts. I'm specifically saying buy Cardano, buy Matic, buy Arweave, buy own Polkadot, buy Ethereum, buy the ones that are going to recover. And I'll tell you why I'm saying this. Because if you make a trading mistake and the market goes down another 20%, and it can happen, the market can go down another 50% and another 80%. I'm not saying it's going to happen, I'm saying it can happen. Then at least you know that if you land up holding those tokens in 2 or 3 years, you will be okay. Those tokens will go up to higher highs. It just will take time. If you get a bad altcoin and we go into a multi-year bear market, there's a good chance your coin's not coming out of that bear market ever. So another one, Kusama. Yes, but you can buy Kusama because you know fundamentally it's not going to change. But in order of risk, Bitcoin is the least riskiest. Ethereum is the second least riskiest, and you work your way down. Be smart. I'm not saying we're going into a bear market. I'm saying in the event that we may go into a bear market, and there's a much higher chance that we're going to go into a bear market now than there was a month ago, make sure that you're holding coins that would survive a bear market and come out stronger in a bear market. Make sure that behind the coins, make sure developer ecosystems are going to have enough funding, okay, are going to have enough funding to ride out the bear market. So look at how well your projects are funded. And then that is what I'll be doing. If you're holding shit coins now, I would cut a lot of them and I'd put them into safer coins, unless you have an outlook that the market is going up. Unless you have an outlook that the market is going to shoot up. Be in safe coins, because I'm not saying we're going into a bear market. I'm saying in the event that we do go into a bear market, then at least you know that you're holding stuff that will come out of a bear market. You have no doubt that Bitcoin one day will come out of a bear market. You have no doubt that Ethereum will come out of a bear market. Matic is going to come out of a bear market. Cardano is going to come out of a bear market. Polkadot probably going to come out of a bear market. Kusama going to come out of a bear market. Luna going to come out of a bear market. Arweave, Uniswap, QuickSwap, all those things are all going to come out of a bear market. That is what I'd be doing right now.
Perfect, buddy. I think it's so important to understand that as well. And I think so I'm just going to show this one more time. So guys, what we are doing this weekend is I have 2 lines for you, right? I got a bullish line and I got a bearish line for you. Right? And in the meanwhile, while I quickly explain this, just put my charts up there, please, if you don't mind. And I think choose another 2-3 winners. I think that'll be a nice one for the Monday show. We got to get those winners on so that we can get ready for that. I'm excited to get some time.
Just of time, I want to do this quickly because the longer we do the streams, the less people watch them. I'm going to select the winners on my Twitter. There'll be 20 winners. All of you will attend a class with Sheldon on Monday. Sheldon will confirm what time. It will be conducted on Zoom. It'll be just you guys and Sheldon. On Monday, I won't be having a show because I'm going to be on my way to Miami. So I'm going to be in the air flying to Miami, which means that if you want Sheldon, you can do 2 shows, bro. You decide what you guys want to do. You and Fred can decide whether you want to do 2 shows on Monday, have some fun, do some charts. But Sheldon,
the community can decide, no problem. So I think just to close it off here, Aaron, we know exactly, we've been through more than enough where the areas are and what we need to do. I have 2 lines. I have one line, top line over here, bullish line. I have a bearish line. That's my 2 scenarios. Whichever one we break this weekend, I'll be doing a live stream for you guys on this weekend. We break the bullish one, I'm there for the thing. We break the bearish one, I'm there to show you what we're going to look at for the next plans. So for now, keep that 50% cash if you got stopped out. Keep that for now. The dips are coming. If we can get it between 32 34, that's a great top-up zone. Same with all the alts. By the time we get here, wherever the alts are, is where you can start laddering in that zone. Until then, we will be just letting the market do what it needs to do. Relax, close your laptop, put your alarms in, take the day off. Don't watch this stuff. Don't get a headache. Don't hurt your feelings. Just relax. Yeah.
Don't be scared. We said there's another shoulder. Now the other shoulder's here. It can go both ways. It's probably going to go up, but we're just preparing you for the worst in case it happens. I wouldn't be scared. I'm buying, just saying I'm going to buy. I'll post some of my buys later.
Yeah, I'm still 70% bullish for the next 2 weeks. And then I'm not sure for the next 3 months, but I'm still...
Fred is tapping his watch. He's going, guys, you guys are sitting here talking shit. While
Cheers.
Love you guys all. Fred, there's no Banter tile, bro. And I'm about to tell them about how big Banter is going to be. I'm like, I don't know, Freddie, bro. And I'm about to tell them that it's Friday. And on Fridays, it's our biggest Banter. It's our big Banter ever. And today on Banter, what we're going to be talking about is we're going to be asking our friends on Banter whether, quickly, Fred, I can't slow down my speech anymore without sounding like I've had a stroke. So, now, watch our Friday Banter later on today, because later on Friday Banter, we are going to be asking all of these people, George, and George. We're going to be asking all the Georges whether they're starting to panic yet, whether they think we're in a bull market. I want to see if they're all smiling. So don't miss that. Banter's always our biggest show. Love you guys madly. See you guys later. Until then, trade well, my friends.
Crypto Banter is a social podcast for entertainment purposes only. All opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers should not be construed as financial advice. Views expressed by guests and hosts do not reflect the views of the station. Listeners are encouraged to do their own research.